You've been given a direct order to rock the fuck out. Rock out like you were just given the last rock and roll record on Earth and the minutes are counting down to flames. Rock out like you just won both showcase showdowns. Rock out like the streets are empty except for you, your bicycle, and your headphones. Rock out like your lips were just placed onto a breakdancing muse with legs that go all the way up. Rock out like Publishers Clearinghouse is ringing your front door. Rock out like you'll never have to open up a textbook again. Rock out like you get paid to disturb the peace. Rock out like music is all that you got. Rock out like you were standing on a rooftop and the city's as loud and glowing as a river flowing below you. Rock out like the plane is going down and there are 120 people on board and 121 parachutes. Rock out like the streets and the books are all on fire and the flames can only be extinguished by doing the electric slide. Rock out like it's Saturday afternoon and Monday was a national holiday. Rock out like somebody's got a barrel pointed to your temple saying, rock out like your life depended on it, fool, because it does. Rock out like your eyes are fading, but you still got your ears, but you don't know for how long, so rock out like 5 o'clock time, man, poppin' lock time. Rock out like you got a pants full of tokens and nothing to do but everything. Rock out like you were the international skee-ball champion of the entire universe. Rock out like you just escaped an evil orphanage to join a Russian circus. Rock out like your hero was fallen and you were spinning your limbs until they burst into a flaming pyre of remembrance. Rock out like you are enslaved in the South and dancing is all that you have to know who you are. Rock out like your dead grandfather just came back to take a drive with you in your brand new car. Rock out like the table was full. Rock out like the neighbors are away. Rock out like the walls won't fall, but damn it, you're gonna die trying to make them. Rock out like the stereo's volume knob only has the figure 8 of infinity on it instead of merely numbers. Rock out like it's raining outside and you got a girl to run through it with. Rock out like you playing football in the mud, and your washing machine is not broken. Rock out like you threw your window open on your honeymoon because you want the whole world to know what love is. Rock out like you just got a book published. Rock out like you just went to a high school reunion and found out everyone, even the women, are all overweight and bald except for the former homecoming queen who's just been divorced by her impotent husband and who only has eyes for you. Rock out like you got a date with Heidi Klum. Rock out like a shadow, a man passes behind you, drops you to your knees, you're buckling in a sweat, cold metals pushed to your forehead, the trigger's pulled and the gun jams. Rock out like you got an empty appointment book and a full tank of gas. Rock out like Jimmy has returned, carrying brand new guitar strings. Rock out like the mangoes are in season. Rock out like the record player won't skip. Rock out like this was the last weekend, like these were the last words, like you don't ever want to forget how. We all wanted that high school sweetheart. We wanted to be young in the 50s with meatloafs and sock hops and lawns so perfect they looked like Clark Gable was kissing them. We wanted to be 13 and alive and meet a girl that was 13 and alive and walk with her past the grandstands, to sit and hold hands with, to sit and kiss with, to sit and sit with like it was something that you would miss, but that never was. We once went to bed like between the bed sheets was a valley where dinosaurs still breathed. And how we capture these triceratops and brontosauruses, but even they were opened up with the smoke that rose out of the homes on the corners that we once climbed through. The streets and the footballs which we once threw, the school desks upon which we once drew, the windows that sat open through which we once flew before the outside world of parking spaces and dead friends came flooding on in, and we forgot what we wanted, and we became what we become. Waitresses and bartenders. City employees in temp positions. We are junkies and one-kiss poems, and we cry the stars. As we write our scars onto dumpsters and electric boxes, because the only thing that we can hear is our hearts, and the only ones listening are the streets, to the blood that breathes, to the letters we leave, and we dream to rise ourselves up out of these burning buildings, but instead we get buried somewhere beneath, because I know my life, it's like some high school kid's notebook. That high school kid that shuffles back and forth between school and home, stacking the letters and the pictures too close for anyone outside of his own imagination to read, because it's through the ink that his heart beats, that his heart breathes, and we all just wanted to write these notes. Check if you like me, check if you don't, check if you'll date me, check if you won't, because we all wanted the love songs to be true, and we did love dinosaurs once, and we wanted the stars to hold our hands, to lick the teeth, to fuck us, but they ended up fucking us, so. Let your smile twist like my heart dancing precariously on the edge of my fingertips, staining them like that same high school kid licking his thoughts using his Sharpie tip, writing, I was here. I was here, motherfucker. And ain't none of y'all can write that in the spot that I just wrote it in. I'm here, motherfucker, and we all here, motherfucker, and we all motherfuckers, motherfucker, because every breath I give brings me a second closer to the day that my mother may die, because every breath I take takes me a second further from the moment she caught my father's eye, because every word I carry is another stone to put into place in the foundation that I'm building these days and erase something that I never saw, what all of us wanted and what none of us got, what we all had and have and what we all forgot, that we all wanted to be something, that we all became something, and it might not be the shit you wanted to be when we were kids, but something is still something, and like some cats say, something's better than nothing. Feet are smarter than an engine, and dreams are stronger than thighs, and questions are the only answers we need to have to know that we's alive. A time when I have the mind of a child, asking why is 2 + 3 always equal to 5? Where do people go to when they die? What made the beauty of the moon and the beauty of the sea? Did that beauty make you? Did that beauty make me? Will it make me something? Will I be something? Am I something? And the answer comes, already am, always was, and I still have time to be. This is for the fat girls. This is for the little brothers. This is for the schoolyard wimps. This is for the childhood bullies that tormented them. This is for the former prom queen. This is for the milk crate ball players. This is for the nighttime cereal eaters and for the retired elderly Walmart store front door greeters. Shake the dust. This is for the benches and the people sitting upon them, for the bus drivers driving a million broken hymns, for the men who have to hold down 3 jobs simply to hold up their children, for the nighttime schoolers, and for the midnight bike riders who are trying to fly. Shake the dust. This is for the 2-year-olds who cannot be understood because they speak half English and half God. Shake the dust. For the girls with the brothers who are going crazy, for those gym class wallflowers and the 12-year-olds afraid of taking public showers, for the kid who's always late to class because he forgets the combination to his lockers, for the girl who loves somebody else. Shake the dust. This is for the hard men who want love but know that it won't come. For the ones who are forgotten, the ones the amendments do not stand up for the ones who are told to speak only when you are spoken to, and then are never spoken to. Speak every time you stand, so you do not forget yourself. Do not let a moment go by that doesn't remind you that your heart beats 900 times a day, and that there are enough gallons of blood to make you an ocean. Do not settle for letting these waves settle and for the dust to collect in your veins. This is for the celibate pedophile who keeps on struggling, for the poetry teachers and for the people who go on vacations alone, for the sweat that drips off of Mick Jagger's singing lips and for the shaking skirt on Tina Turner's shaking hips, for the heavens and for the hells to which Tina has lived. This is for the tired and for the dreamers, for those families that will never be like the Cleavers with perfectly made dinners and sons like Wally and the Beaver. This is for the bigots. This is for the sexists, this is for the killers, this is for the big house, pin sentence cats becoming redeemers, and for the springtime that always shows up right after the winters. This is for you. Make sure that by the time the fisherman returns, you are gone. Because just like the days, I burn at both ends, and every time I write, every time I open my eyes, I am cutting out a part of myself to give to you. So shake the dust and take me with you when you do, for none of this has fucking ever been for me. All that pushes and pulls for you. So grab this world by its clothespins and shake it out again and again and jump on top and take it for a spin. And when you hop off, shake it again, for this is yours. Make my words worth it. Make this not just another poem that I write, not just another poem like just another night that sits heavy above us all. Walk into it, breathe it in, let it crash through the halls of your arms like the millions of years of millions of poets coursing, like blood pumping and pushing, making you live, shaking the dust. So when the world knocks at your front door, clutch the knob and open on up, running forward into its widespread greeting arms with your hands before you, fingertips trembling though they may be.